An unlucky third in his semi-final of the Edgar Tatlow Memorial Stakes, Milford Lad made amends with a strong win in the $59,000 final at Moonee Valley in February. With the slow pace in the middle stages, Milford Lad enjoyed the run of the race before winning by 1.5 metres, rating a slow 2 minutes 06.9, nearly 6 seconds outside Rockley Victory's race record.
Now the runs are coming for the first time, 400 metres out before the turn. Milford Lad pulls to the outside, 3 wide. Trailing him like a black tracker is Marbo. He pulls to the outside, out 4 wide around the turn towards the 250. Third quarter, 32.8. Toymaster 1 metre in front. On the outside, the Warrior still boxing on. Milford Lad is under the whip on the outside. Marbo's not in the race. He's galloping, followed by Shade. At the 120-day, Toymaster in front. Now Milford Lad is starting to get to him on the outside. Toymaster just in front. Milford Lad put his nose in front of the shadows of the post, and Milford Lad has won the Tatlow by 1.5 metres to Toymaster. Scotty Wiper out wide as Rattle home for third.
Leading West Australian owner and breeder Mick Lombardo had the Quinella result when Lombo Laredo and Louisiana Lombo fought out the finish of the $85,000 Pearl Classic at Gloucester Park in March. Lombo Laredo was sold by Lombardo as a yearling, and he races the runner-up. Driven by Chris Lewis, Lombo Laredo rated 202.5 for the 1,700-metre trip to win by 3 metres.
62 seconds as they head by the 500. Another galloper. The prosecutor broke again. Princess Opal just in front of Lombo Laredo at the 400. Looming up dangerously behind them, Louisiana Lombo. Had a dream on the fence. 31 won the third quarter. They've got away from Pro Armbro, and now Classic Figure starting to unwind. Levity's Judge heads the remainder, but as they come to the turn, it's the flashy chestnut Lombo Laredo, inclined to hang a little bit, but it's strode to the lead. Into the straight now, Lombo Laredo has burst away from them. It's inclined to overreach a little bit. It wants to gallop, but it's clear. In second place, Princess Opal, Louisiana Lombo, and then Pro Armbro, Lombo Laredo in front. It's going to win the Pearl. Heart attack material, but Lombo Laredo wins it. Second, Louisiana Lombo. Third in Princess Opal, behind them.
Dave Proctor, a coal miner from Singleton near Newcastle, and his 18-year-old son Jason combined with brilliant juvenile Bastille Beggar to win the $102,000 Bathurst Gold Crown final on March 26. Bastille Beggar scored another big win at the end of the season when he was named Australian 2-year-old of the year.
Heading to the back, 500 metres to run. It's Bastille Beggar, 3/4 in front of Jurassic Jack. Foreboding third, then Cracker Middle. The Kiwi pulls 3 wide, Aerosmith, then flew by from Delta C. Lots more, Scotty Wiper and Corpahana drop back to the tail of the field. 300 metres to run. Proctor has a good hold on Bastille Beggar. Jurassic Jack's going it after him. Cracker Middle goes into third, followed by Foreboding, Aerosmith. Then flew by and Delta C on the home turn now. And Bastille Beggar turned in front. Jack who's cutting him down. It's Bastille Beggar in front. Jurassic Jack's coming gamely, but Bastille Beggar in front. He's got Jack, and Bastille Beggar for the Hunter Valley wins the crown. Bastille Beggar beat Jurassic Jack and Delta C third.
Full of Cheek provided Paul Greck, a 31-year-old Melbourne waterside worker and part-time trainer-driver, with the biggest thrill of his career when she scored a gutsy win in the Bathurst Gold Tiara. Full of Cheek, the 9-4 favourite, enjoyed the run of the race on the fence behind the leader, but got clear on the home turn and raced home to a 4-metre win.
600 metres to run, and Daunting in front from Jem's Dream has done all the hard work outside the leader. Alcohol's been given the run of the race throughout in the 1-1 on the outside of Full of Cheek. Then the next round from Louisiana Lombo, keeping up a pure crescendo. Second last, Bindi Lee and Overlight is the last one. 400 metres to run. And McDowell and Daunting are the front runners. They show the way by a neck on Jem's Dream under pressure. Alcohol pulls to the outside, followed by Full of Cheek in need of a runner. Louisiana Lombo away from the rail. Then the next round, crescendo on a break in the field to Bindi Lee on the turn. And McDowell pinches a break on Daunting, but he's let Full of Cheek off the fence. And here she comes, the Victorian. Full of Cheek races up on the outside of Daunting, clear of Alcohol, and Full of Cheek takes out the Tiara. Full of Cheek beat the fast-finishing Alcohol second, a nose in front of Daunting, then Louisiana Lombo.
A confident drive by Gavin Lang paved the way for Bottle of Bubbly's win in the $250,000 Foster's Australian Gold final at Albion Park on April 23. A $4,750 purchase at the Sydney Yearling Sales, Bottle of Bubbly faced the breeze from the 1,100 metre mark before scoring a 5-metre victory, rating 159.7.
My Jasper wants to run away from the rail. He's still a half length clear of Bottle of Bubbly on the outside, grinding away. Consistency third, sweating on a run, then Golden Currency. Alphabet hooked to the outside, starts to run on. The favourite's gone. Joseph Farrett, he's dropping out. 300 metres left to go, a neat 30 seconds along the back straight. And it's My Jasper, the leader. Hill corner just in front of Bottle of Bubbly. Lang has to get anxious on the outside. There's a run now for consistency of Good Enough, and then came Scotty Wiper. Bottle of Bubbly ranges alongside My Jasper. Scotty Wiper down the outside, 100 metres to go. It's Bottle of Bubbly, the leader. Scotty Wiper is eating up the ground on the outside, but start popping the corks. Bottle of Bubbly's got the gold. Bottle of Bubbly wins from Scotty Wiper. Third photo, Renegade Bubba My Jasper.
History repeated itself when the Dove brothers, Stephen and Trevor, fought out the finish of the $250,000 Foster's Australian Gold final for fillies at Moonee Valley a week later. 3 years earlier, Stephen Dove, driving Smooth Sensation, defeated his brother on the Queensland filly Mango Girl in the inaugural running of the Classic. This time, however, it was Trevor's turn to win on the John Yeomans trained Etoile, with Stephen occupying the runner-up spot with the even money favourite, Role Model.
Olympia. Third last towards the 650 is Chrisney, followed by Twile pulling out second last, and back at the tail is Like a Sparrow. Second quarter in a 31.4, the first in a 32, towards the 450. Narrowly in front is Pleasant Speed, held together. The Queenslander by a metre. Two on the outside, Louisiana Lombo and Excitable Girl. Role Model's about to be given full bore out, four wide. In the centre, What Agenda and Stormy Wiper needs a run. Louisiana Lombo's under plenty of pressure. And here comes Role Model now. A 12 pulls to the outside, followed by Chrisney Olympia held up. And Like a Sparrow is last. 220 metres out on the turn. Third quarter, 31.3. The leader is Pleasant Speed. Louisiana Lombo's under pressure. Role Model towards the centre now is winding up, and here is a 12 joining in. Role Model hit the lead quickly, tackled by a 12. A 12 raced up and hit the lead for Trevor Dove, and the Foster's filly is a 12. A 12 wins by 3 metres. Second home, Stephen Dove on Role Model. Every chance for her. Like a Sparrow's got her to the ground to run third for Terence Hancock.
Owner-trainer Gordon Feast gained his biggest win in 30 years in the industry, and his first Group 1 success when Lord Raffi won the $50,000 West Australian Golden Slipper Stakes at Gloucester Park on June 17. Given the run of the race by Barry Warwick, Lord Raffi stretched his winning sequence to 5 in winning by 2 metres, rating 202.7. Bought for $1,500 as a fun horse for Feast's son Darryl to drive after getting his reinsman's licence, the win stretched Lord Raffi's career earnings to $65,400.
And the gloves will come off now. The spark's about to fly behind Veronique at the 550, leading from Pro Ambro at its girth, about to be popped the question and go up and try and eyeball this leader. Whitby's Reveller still trying to find a run. Warwick very cool on Lord Raffi, hasn't moved as yet. He's about to go now, though, for the back in the field to Respect the Judge, Taken Wide, Beau Vidal, and the rest being headed then by, as they come down towards the turn, by Whistling Eagle. 30.4 that quarter as they race to the 150, where Pro Ambro's done a big job to join Veronique. Lord Raffi coming at the pair of them now. Pro Ambro and Lord Raffi inch their way past Veronique. Lord Raffi going home slightly the better, takes the lead from Pro Ambro, and it's Lord Raffi's slipper. What a great year for Gordon Feast and Barry Warwick. Lord Raffi beats Pro Ambro by about a neck and nostril away. Veronique, she kicked again.
Cranbourne veterinary surgeon Hugh Cathels and nurse Simone Walker swapped their surgical uniforms for racing silks and struck pay dirt when Gemfire won the $68,000 Edgar Tatlow Memorial Stakes final at Moonee Valley on July 2nd. Despite good seconds in both her heat and semi-final and a good barrier draw, Gemfire started at 10-1, finished too well over the concluding stages to win by a neck.
Lombo Laredo in front. She's had a little piece, a neck away on the outside of Sassy Gina. Gemfire, the leader's back, has had a very good run, 2 metres away third. Alcol fourth on the outside, trailed up by Diamond Bell. Full of Chick now from back of the tail, pulls out 3 wide, now 4 wide. Diamond Bell comes out in front of her. Marie Carmella back on the rail, needs a run, followed by Yo at Midnight. Minda Madonna from well back pulls out, followed by Boyden Julie. And 6 metres away, Golden Emma, second last on the inside of Final Draft. 400 metres out before the turn. Second quarter, 30.7. Lombo Laredo held together. 2.5 metres away. Diamond Bell, Sassy Gina, both under pressure. Full of Cheek now pulls to the outside. Gemfire going well, needing a run. Marie Carmella comes away from the rail. Minda Madonna and Final Draft are right off the track. Third quarter, 30.1 towards the 160. Lombo Laredo in front. Here's Little Full of Cheek towards the centre, running home, and Final Draft is getting it, and Gemfire comes out after Lombo Laredo. Gemfire ranged up to tackle Lombo Laredo. Lombo Laredo and Gemfire. Gemfire goes to the lead near the line, and for Simone Walker, Gemfire. Gemfire has got up and beaten Lombo Laredo by a neck. I reckon Full of Cheek third.
Former Victorian, but now Sydney-based trainer Peter Walsh described Late Bid as one classy critter. After the gelding turned in a gutsy effort to win the $60,000 New South Wales Breeders' Plate at Harold Park in July. Driven by Ted Demler, Late Bid was forced to race without cover for the entire trip, but found plenty in a strength-sapping finish to win, rating 158.
Down the back, and Night Fox is the leader. On the outside is Late Bid, a length off third. La Bonita on the fence from Hogan. 3 deep, Make a Pay coming into it. Further back, them two, JBD and Scotty Wiper. The quarter up the back was 28.8, so they're running some time again here. Night Fox is just in front. Demler's getting to work on Late Bid, though, and it's coming at the leader. 2 lengths away, La Bonita and Make a Pay. Around the turn, Night Fox joined by Late Bid on the outside. The filly running a good race, La Bonita. Late Bid got his head in front. Night Fox is battling back. Late Bid just in front from Night Fox and La Bonita, and Late Bid will win the Breeders' Plate brilliantly. Late Bid has just beaten Night Fox. La Bonita a length away.
Giant New Zealand trotter David Moss, affectionately known as Monster Moss, took Moonee Valley by storm earlier in the year with 3 breathtaking performances to win the Australasian Trotters Championship and the VL Dunnard Cup. After an effortless win by 45 metres in his heat of the Australasian Championship, David Moss, who stands over 17 hands, started from a similar mark in the $40,000 final and exerted relentless pressure on his rivals over the final stages of the 2,840-metre event to grab victory within the shadows of the post. Trained by Clive Herbert and driven by former world champion reinsman Maurice McKendry, David Moss didn't start racing until he was 6. But the Australasian Trotters Championship victory took his career record to 23 wins and 10 placings from 63 starts for the stake earnings of $316,690.
Lord Whizbang is leading. 5 metres away, second. The outside is speeding fine. Peeling out 3 wide now is Arnie Hest. David Moss 4 deep out of the straight. In behind them, Golly Gosh trailing the leader. Then the Godfather 3 wide, followed by Nellie Lewis. Locked away on the rail is Belle Marie. Then Exemplify to Learn Reb. In behind them, Digger's Idol, Con's Poem, and tailed off Quick Kiwi. Towards the 600 they race. Second quarter in a 31.2. Lord Whizbang 2 metres in front. Arnie Hest on the outside drew up into second placing. David Moss is 4 metres away, making ground to third the outside, followed by Golly Gosh. Then the Godfather 5th. The rest are 6 metres away, headed off by To Learn Reb. Then Nellie Lewis pulling out, followed by Belle Marie. Under pressure, speeding fine, Exemplify. Then Digger's Idol, Con's Poem, and tailed off Quick Kiwi. Around the home turn towards the 250. Third quarter, 29.1. Lord Whizbang's had a good run in front. Arnie Hester's 3 metres away, trying hard. David Moss on the outside. He's under the whip out, 3 wide. And 10 metres to Golly Gosh at the 150. Lord Whizbang still in front, trying very hard. David Moss. Now he's finding another gear on the outside. David Moss. He's coming it after Lord Whizbang. Arnie Hester in the centre. Just in front, Lord Whizbang. David Moss putting him in the bind. Giant strides, and he's got up right on the line. Monster Moss. David Moss has got up and beaten Lord Whizbang. And Arnie Hester in a 3-way photo.
David Moss maintained his domination over the best trotters Australia could muster a month later, when he added the $35,000 VL Dunnard Cup to his imposing record. Returning to mobile racing after 2 brilliant wins in the Australasian Trotters Championship, David Moss was a solid 7-2 on favourite, but never looked like losing.
Out of the straight they race towards the 650. Second quarter in a 32. Lennon's in front, 1.5 metres away. David Moss on the outside, creeping closer. Out 3 wide, Arnie Hest under some pressure. On the fence is Nellie Lewis, followed by Moments Like These. He's had a very good run. Fiona's Flair making some ground out 4 wide. Then To Learn Reb, Digger's Idol, Con's Poem, and Exemplifies last. Before the turn they race at the 250. Third quarter in a 28.6. Lennon giving plenty of cheek. David Moss is 2 metres away, about to be asked a big effort. Then Nellie Lewis needing a run, followed by Fiona's Flair. At the 180, Lennon in front by 1.5 metres. David Moss now called upon on the outside. He's under some pressure, but sticking on. Then Fiona's Flair. Now David Moss is putting in those big, bold strides. He got the upper hand from Lennon. Con's Palm rattling home with moments like these, but it's the Monster Moss once again, David Moss. He wins the Dunnard Cup. David Moss by 3 metres. I reckon Con's Palm second.
Brilliant, but sometimes erratic trotter Fiona's Flair was on her best behaviour when she scored an effortless win in the $20,000 EB Cochran Trotters Cup at Moonee Valley in April. Given the run of the race by Barry Elford, Fiona's Flair powered away from her rivals in the straight to record a 10-metre win. It was the 7-year-old entrepreneur mare's 14th win, with 24 minor placings from 74 starts, and took her career earnings to $70,641.
Out of the straight they race towards the 600 metres, and the leader still is Lennon by a metre to Con's Palm on the outside. A metre back and third is to Learn Reb, then Fiona's Flair. Mel Park made 3 wide, travelled up into 5th placing, then Exemplify. She's gone for a gallop again, Mel Park made. That's the end of her, Mel Park made. She's buckled again for the final time. Then Silent Wish, Exemplify. On the rail is Speeding Fine, followed by Hope Reign Supreme. Mel Park made 12 metres away and 25 metres to Michelene. But Lennon comes to the home turn towards the 250. 2 metres in front of on the outside, Con's Palm. Here's the mare now, Fiona's Flair. She comes into the race out 3 wide to Learn Reb, needs a run, followed by Silent Wish. Fiona's Flair on the outside, got to Lennon on straightening up at the 150. Oh, and she raced away in a stride. Fiona's Flair, she set up 10 metres to Lennon. He can't go on. To Learn Reb and also Silent Wish are boxing on for the minors. But it's Barry Elford and Fiona's Flair for the Cochran Trotters Cup. Fiona's Flair wins easily by 10 metres. To Learn Reb has run second, tight third, Silent Wish and Lennon.
Wagon Apollo, the 9-4 on favourite, gave his supporters a few frights before outstaying top New Zealand trotter Our Super Force to win the $25,000 Victoria Trotters Derby at Moonee Valley on June 4. Trained and driven by Graham Lang, Wagon Apollo enjoyed the one-out, one-back trail for most of the race, but had to pull out all stops to win. It was Lang's 4th training success in the Blue Riband event and his 2nd win as a driver. The win took Wagon Apollo's career record to 11 wins from only 14 starts for $68,302 in stakes.
4 metres to Pie Watch It. From the rear now, Shady Peril pulls to the outside, but Wagon Apollo comes out in front of it. Then Pie Watch at the outside, followed by Rest and Test, Prince of Kuma. Our Super Force on the rail. Shady Peril now 3 out, trailing Wagon Apollo. Then Columbia's Glory, Armbro Revenge, Bogini Dancer, and tailed off Truscott Spur. Along the back towards the 550, second quarter in a 33.4. The leader still Our Super Force. Wagon Apollo gets to second, 6 metres away on the outside, coming it after the leader now. Pie Watch It's under pressure, so to Arrest and Test. Prince of Kuma pulls out. In behind them came Prodigious Bear. Out wide on the track under pressure, Shady Peril. Then Columbia's Glory, Armbro Revenge. Out the back, Bogini Dancer, and tailed off as Truscott Spur. Our Super Force giving plenty of cheek around the turn. 200 metres out though. Third quarter, 28.6, the New Zealander. Our Super Force, 5 metres in front. Wagon Apollo slowly bridging the gap, 15 metres away. Shady Peril, Columbia's Glory. At the 100, our Super Force in front. Now Wagon Apollo is knuckling down on the outside. Here's another derby for G.A. Lang. It's Wagon Apollo. Wagon Apollo grabs our Super Force near the line. And Wagon Apollo has beaten our Super Force by a metre. 10 metres away, third, I reckon, Columbia's Glory.
The $20,000 home-field final at Moonee Valley on June 18 provided all that it promised. An action-packed race with a thrilling finish. Although considered something of a match race between the 2-1 on favourite Wagon Apollo and Our Super Force, the race resulted in an upset win for the Peter Way trained and driven Prince of Kuma.
Towards the 450, Our Super Force held together by 2 metres to Armbro Revenge, who's worked from the outset. Here's Wagon Apollo now winding up and peeling out 3 wide. On the rail is Pie Watch It. Prince of Kuma getting out, running home, trailing Wagon Apollo. Prodigious Bear was checked. In behind them, Shady Peril, followed by Quick Kiss on the rail. On the home turn towards the 250, third quarter, 31.8. Our Super Force 2 metres in front. Wagon Apollo has buckled. He's broken. He's buckled, Wagon Apollo. And our Super Force of the 150 broke away 5 metres in front. Out of the pack now, here's Prince of Kuma rattling home out after our Super Force. He's got to break our Super Force. He's a metre in front. Prince of Kuma lunging. Our Super Force and Prince of Kuma nearly a dead heat. Nearly a dead heat. There's Prince of Kuma and our Super Force. Third, maybe Quick Kiss.
Maori's Dream, who was out of a half-sister to Maori's Idol, added another big race to the tally of Manu owner Rick Healy when she led throughout to win the $17,500 Victoria Trotters Oaks at Moonee Valley on July 9. Driven a treat by Brian Healy, the daughter of Red Coach Glory and Maryborough was untroubled to rate 206.5 in her effortless 12-metre victory.
Rest and test. Towards the 450 they race. Mary's Dream still the leader. Shady Peril is 1.5 metres away. Quick Kiss about to get out now. She sees daylight in plenty of time, but Mary's Dream skipped away before the turn towards the 250. Sticks is gone. Then Idle Lady, followed by Honour and Power. Third quarter, 31.3 towards the 200 metres. Mary's Dream in front. The only danger looks to be Quick Kiss, 6 metres away, running home on the outside. Then Idle Lady at the 150, though. Mary's Dream still over 6 metres in front. Quick Kiss into second placing. Then Idle Lady. Honour and Powers making ground back to the inside. But here's another big win for the Healy camp. Mary's Dream will take out the Victoria Trotters Oaks by 12 metres all the way. Mary's Dream 12 metres to Quick Kiss. Honour and Power 4 metres away, rattled home third.
The New South Wales Trotters Derby, originally scheduled for Harold Park on April 24, was deleted from the program owing to a lack of nominations and was transferred to Fairfield on August 31, the final day of the season. Despite a strong interstate contingent, the Classic was taken out by the local hero Speedy Rainbow, driven by Bathurst horseman Michael Higgs. Speedy Rainbow gave a faultless display of trotting to rate 206.8 in his head victory.
At the top turn of the AWA Trotters Derby, and still in front of Starlight's Idol by a long neck. Over Speedy Rainbow, 3 lengths away third, was Genial Sun, followed by Valley Demon, Valdonte, Get Plenty, and Mary's Child back on the inside. But a 2-horse war to the home turn. It's Starlight's Idol on the inside, Speedy Rainbow on the outer. Neither will give an inch. On the point of the home turn, Speedy Rainbow's a neck in front now. Starlight's Idol kicks back. They're out by 3 for Mary's Child and Genial Sun. It's Speedy Rainbow just in front. Starlight's Idol coming back on the fence. Speedy Rainbow, Starlight's Child. They hit the line. Photo might be Speedy Rainbow. Speedy Rainbow over Starlight's Idol. Third, Mary's Child. A long gap, Genial Sun.
Promising filly Lady Claire showed true staying qualities to win the Group 1 $20,000 Edgar Tatlow Memorial Stakes final at Moonee Valley on May 14. Prepared at Campbell's Creek in central Victoria by Noel Taylor, the winner was well driven by Darren Redwood and rated 208.4 for the trip. The race was a triumph for Australia's top trotting sire, the former champion Mary's Idol. He provided 6 of the 11 runners and sired the first 4 place getters.
Blue, 400 metres out before the turn. Young Glenn and a neck in front of Kiwi Dawn the outside. Needing a run, Red Eclipse. Lady Claire now pulls to the outside. Third quarter, 30.6, 200 metres out on the turn. Then 4 Speed. In behind them came Laurie's Legacy, followed by Rainbow Billy. And the Accolade well back. They straighten up at the 180. Young Glendon got away. Kiwi Dawn has gone. Lady Claire now in the all-white. She comes out of the pack and comes out after Young Glendon quickly. At the 100, Young Glendon just in front, tackled by Lady Claire. Lady Claire on the outside. The filly hit the lead near the line from Young Glendon. And Lady Claire too good. Lady Claire wins by 1 metre to Young Glendon. Third, 2 metres away, Laurie's Legacy. Close up, Kiwi Dawn.
New South Wales educated, but Victorian trained and driven, the Accolade showed plenty of courage in taking out the $10,000 Redwood Classic at Maryborough in mid-July. Trained by Jamie Madruga and driven by Sam Cherkop, the Accolade led the outside horses early before securing a trail mid-race. Joining the leader, Rainbow Billy, on the home turn, they had a ding-dong struggle all the way down the straight, but the Accolade did best to win by a half head, rating 211.5.
Rainbow Billy still in front, 400 metres out by a neck, half a gift. 1 metre away, the Accolade there, galloping his close friend. Kiwi Dawn is fourth on the inside, Red Eclipse and Lady Claire. Rainbow Billy going all right on the turn, though. The Accolade about to get past half a gift, but he is covering a great amount of ground in Kiwi Dawn as they corner. Rainbow Billy on the inside, just in front here of the Accolade. They're going for a gallop, half a gift. Red Eclipse, it's Rainbow Billy in front. The Accolade on the outside is picking him up now. Rainbow Billy not finding a lot. The Accolade on the outside. Rainbow Billy kicking back. The Accolade has got up right on the line. The Accolade has won for Rainbow Billy. 6 metres third, Kiwi Dawn.